good day to be crazy. No, man, I'm kind of excited. I love the fact that Litecoin is only $3 because I've got a chance to get in on it. And this is what I'm thinking. See, I come at this from a different perspective. I mean, I act like a fool, but, you know, I've got a business. You know, I don't like saying I'm a businessman. You know, it's like some people that say, I'm running tests or I'm doing research or something like that. It's like, I say, you know, I don't know. I'd rather talk like a hillbilly so people underestimate me than you know, try and pretend I'm something I'm not. But I will say I'm a businessman in this space more than I am a techie or an investor or a developer or a coder or anything like that. I am a business person, okay? And that is the perspective that I come from. And when you talk about cryptocurrency, I am concerned about the currency. I can see how smart contracts are important, and I have some ideas on how I can use them. But that's peripheral for me. I need a good currency. And I'm not even necessarily sure that Bitcoin and Litecoin are a good currency. It is a good store of value. I think it will be a better store of value. It'll be less volatile over time. But the volatility can work in my advantage right now, especially with Litecoin being down at $3.50. I'm a little more leery of Bitcoin being up there so high, but what I'm trying to say is that I know from my perspective, it's not hard to when you're coming at it from a monetary standpoint to see that a lot of these other cryptocurrencies that claim to be currencies are bad currencies. And I think I get frustrated sometimes with the cryptocurrency community because they're not coming at it from a business person's perspective. You know, they come at it from, like, you know, a techie perspective or an investor's perspective. What's the hot thing now? You know, I like silver and I like gold. They don't do much. You can't really talk about them a lot. But what they're supposed to do, they do well. And that's the same thing with Bitcoin and Litecoin. It's hard to have a show dedicated to Bitcoin and Litecoin because Bitcoin and Litecoin don't really do anything. They just sit there. They're like gold and silver. They just sit there and they go up and they go down. And you can say, oh, it went up for this reason. Oh, it went down for this reason and all that. But, you know, you can only do that for so long, and it's just like, what the heck are you talking? Who cares? Next. A good currency should be boring. You know, and that's one of the things with Ethereum. It's like it's forked once in the beginning, it forked again, and each one's got a fork again, and what's going to happen with all that drama? I don't want that in my currency, man. I don't want that in my money. I want my money to just be there, and that's it. If I got to split it up and execute moves and a smart contract doesn't fit the bill, so be it. I want a boring currency. I don't want something that's, you know, that can get hacked and $60 million is gone and everybody's like, what? You know, I don't want a currency like that. don't like the way that, I was just listening to Epicenter Bitcoin, and he's talking about, he's going to do a response video. I might still, I'm going to listen to it a couple more times, but doing but Ethereum raised $18 million at the beginning, in the beginning, and then they rented a beach house, and they went to Switzerland, and they're flying all over the place, and next thing you know, that $18 million is gone. Why does it take $18 million to start a cryptocurrency? For all I know, Charlie Lee started Litecoin in his basement, or whatever. I mean, he said it was a hobby. I've heard him say that. It was just a little side hobby that he did for fun. Why do you have to raise 18 million? I mean, I guess it's a little more complex than that. And actually, everybody says it's simpler. So I really don't understand. I think I've seen a picture of Vitalik at the beach house that they rented, and all he do is sit there on his laptop. He probably wrote the whole thing himself. Whatever. I don't like Ethereum for a lot of reasons. That's a new one. But I'm really excited because I know enough about this cryptocurrency stuff to see the potential in what I want to do as a businessman and how I want to grow my business. And with Litecoin being so inexpensive, I'm looking at that like, what an opportunity, man. And the thing is, when you're dealing with people who have more of a finance type mind, like Tone Vase, when you're dealing with people that understand money, Tone Vase is awesome because he understands money and computers. I understand money. I understand it pretty good. Computers, I can struggle with. And, but no, what an opportunity. What if you could have gotten in to Bitcoin when it was at $3.50? And I keep saying $3.50 because I remember when it was at $3.50, and I was like, screw that, I'm buying silver. And I was buying silver at the time. But I don't know, man. I'm glad to be alive right now. You know what I'm saying? I think that Litecoin could, if you're like me and you've got a business mindset, you probably understand what I'm talking about. It's a little more riskier than Bitcoin, but at the same time, it's not as risky as Bitcoin because all eyes are on Bitcoin. The people who want to break Bitcoin, who want, the enemies of cryptocurrency want to destroy Bitcoin, want to make it fail. And if they would happen to find a weakness in it and it would fail, the people at Litecoin would be like, that's how it failed, let's fix our code. Because that's what they're doing at Litecoin. So in some ways, Litecoin is more risky. I see the greatest risk in Litecoin is people forgetting about it or just becoming bored with it. But I don't think that's going to happen because it's at $3.50, and I have never seen so much disinterest in Litecoin as I do right now. And it's kind of that counterintuitive thing that I keep encouraging you guys to hone. Yeah, Litecoin is boring. There's nothing going on. There's no news. All of those are good things. The thing is, Litecoin isn't worth a fraction of a cent like Ripple. That's what happens when it fails. what's happened now, what's going on now in Litecoin is quiet accumulation. There's people out there like me that are just going to buy something and then tuck it away. And then they keep buying something and tucking it away. They keep buying something and tucking it away. And I don't know if you saw my video on Litecoin Pacific Wings LTD. There's some people that are really excited about it. There's a video out there. Do a search for Litecoin Pacific Wings on YouTube and just watch some of their videos. Litecoin is being actively promoted in Asia. Racism is a real reality in this world. And, you know, I mean, well, at least according to South Park, the Chinese hate the Japanese, right? At the shitty walk. You know what I'm talking about. No, but I mean, you know, and, you know, Charlie Lee is Chinese, you know, but, you know, they, you know, and if Bitcoin was created in America, China's going to be like, screw America, you know, let's go with our old pal Chuck Lee, you know what I'm saying? And they're actively promoting it. For crying out loud, Bobby Lee, Charlie Lee's brother, the creator of Litecoin, his brother is running BTC China, one of the biggest exchanges in China. And then you got Litecoin Pacific Wings coming out of Thailand. And there's like some German chick talking, and she's talking about all over Asia. It's actively being promoted in Asia. And everybody knows they got more people in Asia. But and how embedded in that culture is the gold and silver mentality. It's common to everyone. You know, good luck trying to explain Ethereum to somebody in the third world and how that's going to help them. You know, it's hard enough talking about Bitcoin. You know, and then you're going to talk about Turing complete, forking, but that doesn't matter because this is this, but some other people believe that that's that, this, you know, forget it. It's too jacked up, but it is a good test net. It is a good way to test smart contracts. We learned a lot about the DAO hack. You know, we did. We really, really did. And that's what I like about Ethereum. If I was an investor, which I'm not, I mean, like a trader, I'd be all in Ethereum Classic until it reached parity, like Tone Vase said. I think it probably will do something like that. It's gonna be around, but it's gonna be its own little thing. But I think right now, Litecoin it's the opportunity. It's the place to be. Because it is boring. Because it is not exciting. Because nobody is talking about it. Because people think it's dull and done and a has-been and an old one. People say that about gold. You know, it's that arcane relic. You know, what do they talk about gold and silver? And how do they talk that down? I tell you what, I'd rather hold a chunk of gold than a chunk of zinc pennies. Anyway, I'm in a good mood because Litecoin is $3.50. Adios, muchachos.